Welcome back to KFAN.com. Pete Bercich and Paul Allen. Third quarter of the Vikings season, where single game tickets are available right now at Vikings.com. And we still have some really good games left on the schedule, like the Chicago Bears later, the Green Bay Packers. We have the Detroit Lions coming to Mall of America Field November 11th. That's the only home game during this four-game stretch, which includes the bye week. The Vikings have the bye week later in the season. The bye week takes place over the November 18th weekend, so that's after the Lions game. Are you a fan of having the bye week this late in the season?
Yeah, I think the only downside is to have it really too early. These guys are always looking for that week off, but to have it later, you can get on a streak, have something going early. You get a little more injuries, maybe toward the middle of the season. The bye always comes at the right time, no matter what, for the players. I personally like to see it a little bit later in the year. I think it's a good thing.
Tough patch. We're at Seattle to begin the third quarter of the season. Then the Lions come here November 11th. We will conclude our series with the Lions November 11th. We play them in Week 4 to start the 2012 season. What do you think of the Lions this year? Why should people come watch Vikings-Lions?
Well, I mean, you got Stafford and Megatron. I mean, those are two guys that you want to pay to see. And the other thing is Scott Linehan, a guy that I've known and worked with, what he's going to do with that offense. A question for the Lions, can they start a running game? Do they have any threat out of the backfield? Can they stay healthy? Defensively, their back end has always been a bit of a struggle for them, but up front, Ndamukong Suh, Cliff Averill, they have some unbelievable talent up front. They've built that defensive line. It's going to be a good battle.
Out of the bye, November 25th at the Bears, then at the Green Bay Packers. This definitely begins the meaty part of the schedule.
It really does. You're looking at the Packers almost back-to-back. You have the Bears later in the season. It's going to be interesting to see what Mike Tice and it has to do with Matt Forte and that offensive line. So having the divisional opponents, the big divisional games a little bit later in the season, hopefully will favor a younger team like we are. So we have a little bit more under our belt. We have a little bit bigger of a playbook, and we'll be able to handle those teams when we see them.
November 11th, the high-flying Detroit Lions, Stafford, Megatron, and some other very talented players at Mall of America Field. Single-game seats are on sale right now at Vikings.com.
Skol Vikings, let's win this game. Skol!